Hey, it worked.
Okay, here we go, guys.
All right. We made it live. Thank you for hanging on there with us.
Yes. Sorry
Having
about the
some
delay.
internet issues.
And we have
apparently.
not had internet issues all day long. So of course, just right in this little window, right? Par for the course. We know
That's
this.
how these things
We
go
get this.
sometimes.
Mhm.
But welcome to Thursday Night Live.
Yes.
We are Chris and Meg and Rhea of No Small Life, helping people create a life they love.
The life they love, no matter
What they've walked through. So anyway, last month we were talking about what to do when you feel insecure in some areas. We talked about
what to do when you feel insecure in your body. We talked about what to do when you feel insecure in your relationships. And we even threw a little movie review in there for you guys. We talked about the Jesus Revolution. We just kind of pulled one out that needed to be said.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, just a reminder is every video we put them out every Thursday. They always have some kind of action step in the show notes. Just want to remind you, don't just watch the video, do the action step, because information plus action leads to transformation. And that's what we're going for.
Good deal.
A lot of information out there, but we want to get our lives transformed. We want to grow. We want to be better than we were yesterday. All right. So basically what these are about is we're doing Q&As, live question and answers. We put out some things on social media. We've put out an email, and we have received several questions that we're going to go through and answer tonight. But also in the chat here, feel free to throw a question in if you want to do that, and we will answer that live as well. Are we ready?
Let's go, Chris Rhea.
So basically, you can ask a question about anything that has to do with faith, marriage, your life feeling small, you turning pain into purpose, lifestyle stuff. We're just all about that.
Yes.
So first question, Meg, what is it?
First question is, scroll down there a little bit, babe. There we go. Okay, this came in just today. Actually, it says, what do you do when you feel lonely? And I got a little bit more clarification from the person who wrote it, and they're specifically asking with friendships.
Yeah.
What do you do when you feel lonely? You have a one-liner that I think is pure gold. Like, someone get out your pens and pencils. If you're on the Twitter still, you can tweet this.
Pens and pencils.
Pens and pencils, your paper, take a note. Like, this line is gold. What is it, Chris Rhea?
So when you feel lonely, what you need to do is the opposite of what you feel like doing. The opposite of what you feel like doing. So you're going to feel like being a victim, like nobody cares, they're not reaching out, why do I have to do all the work? I just want to stay home by myself. And all of those things lead us down a hole of depression. So what I would suggest is the opposite you feel like doing. You feel like staying in, go out, go do something, call people up, as many people as you can, continue to bug them. What day works for you? What evening works for you? Go out. And if you are having trouble with friends, just go out and sit at the bar by yourself and eat dinner there around people. Just be in an environment, or go to a coffee shop, right? Eat where there's, be around some people and some energy. Go for a walk. It'll help you feel better. So do the opposite of what you feel like doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And to that effect, we always like to say that you want to be the friend that you wish you had.
Come on.
You want to be that person that checks in on people, that genuinely cares, that people feel like they're on your radar and you care about them, So be the friend that you wish that you had. And that when you find the right person in relationship, that will be reciprocal, because friendship should not be one-sided. It shouldn't always be you reaching out. But honestly, there's some seasons that you have to be the one that's a little bit more proactive, because people cannot read your mind. So don't feel bad about, man, I'm always the one that's calling or this and that. Just keep doing it and it'll be reciprocated.
All right. That's a good first question. We got a second question, Megan Rhea. What is this one?
Okay. The second one came in and it says that I'm struggling with mental health, and they have been talking to a therapist and they're thinking about going on medication, but they're just struggling with a lot of shame because of that. And what should they do?
Yes, this is a fantastic question, and I'm so glad that this question came in because I myself have had mental health
Mhm.
issues in the past as well, and I get this dilemma.
Yeah.
I understand it 100%. And so, what I would say to this is there is no shame
Mm-mm.
in going on medication for a season for however long you need to
Yep.
function. What I tell people is, do you feel like you can function in everyday life? If the answer is yes, but every once in a while I have a flare up, then maybe you don't need to go on medication. But
Mhm.
if this is affecting everyday life
Right.
and it is involved in every area of your life,
Mhm.
and you can't seem to function like you used to or find joy
Right.
or not be anxious, then yes, go trust your therapist
Mhm.
and go on medicine. Just like if you had a migraine headache, you would take a Tylenol,
Right.
right? You would do something
Yeah.
about it. We take medicine for high blood pressure, high
Mhm.
cholesterol. We take medication for all kinds of things.
Right.
Why wouldn't we take something that would help our mental health get better?
Especially if it is a brain chemistry thing, right? You're
Right.
just taking something to help balance that out.
Yes. So no shame in it.
Mm-mm.
Don't let anyone make you feel bad or they'll try to scare you. Oh, that stuff messes with you.
Right. Right. Right.
Trust your therapist,
Yeah.
trust your psychiatrist. They know what they're doing. They're there to help you. And so if your life is in a spot where you cannot function in the day to day, then please go ahead and get on medicine and don't feel bad about it at all.
Zero shame here from
No shame.
and at that same token, just real quick, we are spirit, soul, and body, right?
Right.
So we believe in doing the things that are comprehensive. We believe in taking the medicine. We believe in
Mhm.
journaling. We believe in therapy. We
Right.
believe in exercise and moving your body. It's all of it.
Right.
It's all of it. And
That's
so
a good
I
point.
think in regards, yes, do the things that you need to do physically right now. And then also take care of the other parts of your body and your soul while you're doing that because they all work in conjunction and it's just going to help you get further along faster.
Yeah. Like the
Yeah.
medicine does about 70% of the job.
Mhm.
The other 30% is us. Like the
'Cause
brain is like hardware and software,
that's
right?
yeah.
You have your actual physical brain is the
Mhm.
hardware, but then our thought life is the software, our
Right.
thoughts, how we
Right.
think, and they kind of function and build off of each other in
Yeah.
a way. So you can't have one operating without the other.
Right.
So the medicine will help your physical brain
Mhm.
function properly, but then what can you control?
Yeah.
What's in your control? Talking to a therapist, journaling, feeling better, walking, getting outside, doing what you need to do. Very good
Absolutely.
point.
Yeah. And we have some more questions, but again, if you guys are tuning in, feel free to put a question in the chat and we'll do our best to get to those as well.
Dose more questions. So what do we got next?
Okay. So next, we're going to go up there.
Yeah.
Next, this is not for small ears. So if you have kids around, throw your headphones in, maybe go for a walk, get out in another room. Okay, cool. We
It's a
give you enough
marriage
time. It's a
question.
marriage question. So this is for the married folks.
Hmm.
We had a woman write in and say that she's going through menopause and she's really struggling with a low libido. Sex can also be painful, but she misses that intimacy and that connection with her spouse. So she just feels stuck between her body and her marriage and her desire. So what do we do? How do we
Yeah,
unpack this?
I'm so sorry. Man, life can just throw us some curveballs every time.
Can we just say, especially in middle age, like what in the actual world? It is not easy. It is not easy, you guys. So thank you for being so vulnerable and writing in and saying the thing that so many people are struggling with. So we're going to talk about it.
I'm assuming a few things. I don't know the whole situation, but maybe you've had a conversation with your husband about how to get a little more creative in the bedroom. Maybe there's some things you can do that aren't
Painful.
as painful to
Mhm.
still feel connected. We have another couple that they can no longer have sexual intercourse, but they still have do other things that make them feel connected
Mhm.
physically with each other.
Right.
Um, Otherwise, I would say maybe you've already done these things, so I'm sorry if being redundant, but do as much research as you possibly can.
Mhm.
Like what is there anything you can do about this physical pain.
Yeah.
Like, is there supplements you can take for your libido to go up? Is
Mhm.
there anything you can do so it's not as painful? Have you talked to doctors or naturopaths, and what did they say? What are the
Right.
suggestions they're doing? You
Yeah,
know?
I think I just want to like shout out from the rooftops that menopause, that hormonal issues with women are not a death sentence. I
No.
think in years past and decades past, they're like, oh, well, this is just your life now. And you know what? No way. Like, I'm pushing back on that hard because there are a lot of resources now that we have. Do things change? Sure.
Mhm.
But are we a victim of those changes? Absolutely not. And so, like Chris said, I would definitely talk to your doctor. There are a lot of things that they can do so it won't be painful. There is pelvic floor therapy that really is a thing, and it can be very beneficial. We've talked to a lot of women that's helped them personally and their marriage and their intimacy levels. So please don't be under shame
Right.
about being honest, because you are not alone in this struggle. And I would just encourage you to, like you said, have that honest conversation with your husband. And even if your libido is low, make sure that they feel like a priority too. Keep pursuing them while you are on your journey to get healing as well.
Yeah. All right. We got one more question.
One more question.
What is this last question?
This one
Greg?
is
It's another
this one's
marriage
tender. It's
question.
another marriage question that came in. So go ahead, Chris.
Says, my friend's husband cheated on her. She took him back, but she wants him to go to church, but he refuses to go because of his shame and guilt.
Mm,
He can't
mhm.
forgive himself.
Okay.
Well, here's what I will say.
We don't have all the details on this, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of layers, but we're going to do the best that we can with the information that we have.
It sounds to me a little bit like the husband who cheated is now still making this about him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love that. Like, okay, she took you back, and now it's still about me and how I feel. Well, what about her?
Right.
What about your wife? See, when you take someone back after they cheated, that's grace, and that's amazing. Good for you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But you could put a few stipulations on that now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we can make this work, but we're going to church every week.
Right.
That's something we're going to do together.
Having conditions on how you re-enter into your marriage is not having like conditional love.
No.
I think sometimes Christians say,
Mhm.
well, I just got caught in my hair here, guys. I'm just gonna hang out here for a minute. Sorry. Stay tuned. I'm so sorry. My finger's caught in my hair. This is real
There
life.
you go.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, my hero.
That's right.
Okay. So sometimes Christians think that, grace is being a doormat. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing at all in this scenario, but it's okay to put parameters and boundaries and new rules around, if we're going to be in a relationship, this is what I'm requiring for you to have access to my heart again until you prove yourself and win back the trust so those conditions are no longer there.
Yes. We have an article, or we have a video about 6 steps to forgiving someone.
Yeah.
And it's a good one to watch, just to know how to ask for forgiveness, but then how to forgive each other as well. Yeah, I will say, good for the husband who got honest.
Yep.
But at the same time, stop making it about you.
Yes.
It's about her right now, and try to understand that and be willing to do whatever it takes. She's taking you back.
Yeah. Got your second chance, man.
Yes. We all do stupid things in life at times.
Mm-hmm.
Some mistakes have more baggage than others,
Yeah.
but it sounds like you have a woman who's willing to work, do what it takes.
Yeah. And as far as feeling the shame about going back into a church setting, there's no need for that. That could be very self-induced at that point. Because I'll tell you what, genuine Christians, genuine people of faith know how much we've been forgiven, know how much we need grace every single day.
A church would be empty if it was a bunch of perfect people.
100%.
Or if you had to be perfect to go in.
Church is for people that realize that we need a savior, realize we cannot do it on our own. So you are actually in the best place.
So that's our 4 questions.
Mhm.
We'll wait just another second or two. If you have a question and you want to chime in, we would love to answer that.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on a replay, you can still ask a question.
Mhm.
We'll put it in for next month.
Yep.
but we love to just kind of get on here with some people and just talk
Yeah.
and not be so formal
Right.
or produced, but just kind of have a conversation. We all get stuck sometimes.
Yeah.
Our marriages are tough sometimes, and we all need just a little help. And that's what Megan and I love to do.
Mhm.
We love to coach people through some of these tough life circumstances because we know what it's like
We do.
to be there.
Yes.
Well, looks like that's all the questions
Okay.
we have. So everybody have a great evening.
Yes.
And remember, your life,
Is not small.
no, it's not. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, guys.
We'll talk later. Bye. We're still here.
All right. We're just gonna hang out.
We're
We're not
still
gonna
here,
say
but
anything
we're ending now.
appropriate. Okay.